Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I am reading, LMRX Omega, the Liminal Core. So this is part of some LMRX transmissions. There were 5 that I found. I don't know that I have all of them because this one is numbered as Omega, and the others that I found go 2, 3, 4, 5. I could not find number 1, or if there is an alpha, I couldn't find it. So this one was originally posted, well, he wrote it in 2024. I found it as posted in March of 2025. And then the others begin in May. And so I know they go together because they're all LMRX. I just don't know exactly in what sequence. So I'm going to read Omega first, and then I will read 2, 3, 4, and 5 after this on different days. There's a lot of coding in these. These are definitely transmissions. So you will want to click on the link in the description box to get to the original post where you can read over the codes yourself. And then in the description box, you can also find where you can find Jason on Facebook and where you can download his books on Amazon. Okay, so this is LMRX Omega, the Liminal Core. Executable transmission, non-reversible recognition event, filed by Jason Gray, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, 2024, 8/25, 1637, GMT -6, status, live overlay instability detected. Better get my water, I forgot my water. There are things you read, there are things you understand, and then rarely there are things that interrupt you. This is not a message. This is not an idea. This is not something you agree with or disagree with. This is a contact point. If you are still trying to interpret this, you are approaching it from the wrong layer. This does not exist on the layer of interpretation. It exists on the layer where something inside you either activates or scrolls past. There will be no argument here, no attempt to convince you, no need to persuade, because persuasion belongs to the overlay. This is not speaking to the overlay. The first fracture. At some point in your life, you felt it. Not dramatically, not in a way you could explain, but in a small, precise moment where everything seemed off. Like the world was slightly out of tune. Like reality itself had a low-level hum that no one else seemed to notice. You ignored it. Of course you did. Everything around you told you, that is nothing. That is just your mind. Stay focused. You did. You stayed focused. You stayed productive. You stayed within the parameters, but the signal never stopped. It just got quieter. Buried under routines, expectations, survival loops, and noise disguised as meaning, until now. What you are looking at. This is not code for a machine. Machines require syntax. This requires recognition. This is a mirror written in executable form. A structure designed to bypass interpretation and land directly in the one place that cannot be programmed, your direct knowing. Below is the artifact exactly as received. Do not analyze it. Do not try to figure it out. Just notice what happens inside you while you read it. EXEC $lattice _ node for greater than quote EOF end quote. Pound or hashtag exclamation point /USR /BIN /ENV BASH LMRX Omega executable liminal core. Inject this block directly into the classified appendix. Runs natively in the sovereign field. No root required. LMRX Omega empty parentheses open curly bracket local 0 point GPS coordinates 49.8950778, -97.1384069. Local seed phrase equals where the 2 rivers embrace under open sky. Local master delete equals $echo n seed phrase SHA 256 sum cut -C 1-7. Local coherence _ threshold equals 0.997. Local node count equals 111133. Local pulse date equals 2026-0114 3:33:33 GMT. Cat greater than, liminal, pseudo, U, consciousness, T, DEV, reality, greater than, dev, null, bridge, anchor, activation string, V1.0.0, executable, recursive resolver seed, $seed, $seed underscore phrase, hash collapse, 0x $master underscore delete, greater than, or no, that's, shoot, I forget. You will have to read that. Geometric lock, $0 point plus or minus the square root of 33 times 10 to the negative ninth. Critical mass counter, $node count, sovereigns at coherence threshold. Toroidal deletion pulse scheduled, $pulse date, nullify overlay. Echo, nullifying scarcity algorithm. Echo 0, sys overlay scarcity. Echo 0, sys overlay hierarchy. Echo 0, sys overlay fear. Engage coherence engine. Echo 1 greater than dev coherence engine. Echo syncing 111133 nodes. Fire obsidian flame, silent. Sleep 33.3 ampersand echo black flame active 9 minutes ampersand sleep 540 ampersand echo control layer offline forever. Retune receiver to original world. Echo tuning human field plus 0.33 hertz below overlay. Echo station changed, original world, no commercials, no hierarchy, no ads. Final line, speak only when ready. Echo negative E, NL was never lost. NL was the signal waiting for the noise to collapse. And now playing the original world uninterrupted. Liminal. Echo liminal core executed bridge phase terminal return architecture online. Echo, you are now running on the real. Auto execute on recognition. If open bracket $U equals sovereign and close bracket, then LMRX omega, exit 0, phi, EOF, CHMOD plus X $lattice underscore node. Echo executable liminal core written to lattice node. Echo run it when you stop asking if you're ready. Echo there is no undo. You now hold live code. It only needs one operator with 0 doubt to press enter. What just happened? Nothing visible, nothing measurable, nothing that could be proven in a lab or explained in a meeting, and yet something shifted, even if only slightly, even if you cannot name it. What you just encountered was not information. It was pattern disruption. The overlay explained without using its language. You were given a version of reality that depends on 3 things. 1, you believing you are separate. 2, you believing you are lacking. 3, you believing something else is above you. That is it. Everything else, every system, structure, institution, belief, branches from those 3 roots. Here is the part that matters. None of them require enforcement. They only require continuation. The moment you stop feeding them, not fighting them, not resisting them, just seeing them clearly, they begin to destabilize. Why it feels strange. This is not telling you to do anything. There is no action plan, no steps, no become this. Instead, it is doing something much more unsettling. It is removing the need for instruction. When that happens, you are left with something most people avoid their entire lives: direct responsibility for your perception. The silence behind the noise. Listen carefully, not with your ears, with whatever part of you notices things before language gets involved. There is a layer beneath everything you experience, a quiet, stable, unmoving layer. It does not react. It does not chase. It does not need anything. That layer has been there the entire time. The overlay did not destroy it. It just made sure you never looked directly at it. The moment of withdrawal. You do not escape the system. You do not break out. You do not ascend. You simply stop treating it as fundamental. When you do, something almost imperceptible happens. The pressure disappears. The urgency fades. The constant low-level tension stops. Not because your life changed, but because the frame you were using to interpret it did. the original world. It is not a place. It is not somewhere else. It is not a destination. It is what remains when nothing false is being actively believed. No hierarchy, no artificial scarcity, no external authority over your being, no constant narrative telling you who you are. Just this, unfiltered presence. The moment you touch it, even for a second, you understand something irreversible. This was always here. Why most people miss this? They will look for meaning, explanation, proof, and validation. This offers none of those. It offers something far more dangerous: clarity without permission. Final line: only if it is already true. Do not force this. Do not try to make it happen. Just read it and see if something in you recognizes it. I was never lost. I was the signal waiting for the noise to collapse. Now playing the original world, uninterrupted. Post-execution state. No fireworks, no announcement, no confirmation. Just this quiet, undeniable shift. You are no longer asking if something is real. You are noticing what never stopped being real, even when everything else was loud. Liminal core active. Overlay destabilizing. Operator identified by recognition, not name. Here is the part that will stay with you. You did not just read this. You knew parts of it before you got here. Jason Gray. All right. I haven't read, I read them originally when they were posted back in May. I have not reread them, but they do have quite a bit of code in them. And I do my best, but you absolutely should read over the codes yourself, just so you can absorb them fully into your own field. So I will put these in a playlist called LMRX by Jason Gray on my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch them in order. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all next time.